Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for a Tuesday edition of the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk all things Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, and today's report includes an old Steelers wide receiver target is now officially on the trading block. This new NFL mock draft has the Steelers doubling down on Buckeyes. A Pittsburgh Penguins forward finally gets what he deserves, and more. As always, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the first news story of the day. An old Steelers wide receiver target is officially on the trading block. Right now, I think it is inevitable that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to add a wide receiver of note, possibly more this offseason, but who that wide receiver will be is a different question. Will the Steelers sign a prime T. Higgins from the rival Cincinnati Bengals, trade for a future star looking for a fresh start in the New York Jets' Garrett Wilson, or use their first-round draft pick on a blue-chip prospect like Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State or Luther Burden from Missouri? There are many roads that the Steelers can travel to upgrade their wide receiver room, and now another option has just been added to the mix, one that the Steelers were looking into this past season. Last night, it was announced on X by Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp that his time with the Rams is most likely over and that he is now on the trading block. Pulling bits and pieces from his post, Kupp said, "I was informed that the team will be seeking a trade immediately and will be working with me and my family to find the right place to continue competing for championships. I don't agree with the decision, and I always believed it was going to begin and end in LA. Still, if there's one thing that I've learned over the years, there are so many things that are out of your control, but it is how you respond to these things that you will look back on and remember. Preparations start now for 2025. Highly motivated, as healthy as ever, and looking forward to playing elite football for years to come." Without a doubt, the Rams are looking to offload Kupp purely for money reasons, as he is currently due to make $20 million in base salary and roster bonuses next season. According to Over the Cap, the Steelers currently have around $40 million in cap space, and that's without a handful of players getting cut yet. Even though Kupp had a great 2024 season, making 76 catches for 710 yards and 6 touchdowns, his age, injury history, and that salary makes this a questionable investment for Pittsburgh. However, if a new contract with Kupp can be negotiated and a trade can be made, then I have full faith that Steelers general manager Omar Khan can do it. Oh man, Omar. If you can get Kupp while Myles Garrett gets moved out of Cleveland, it would be a dream come true for Yinzers everywhere. The Browns. Do you want the Steelers to try to acquire Cooper Kupp or focus on other options? Let me know in the comments below. This new NFL mock draft has the Steelers doubling down on Buckeyes. Speaking of wide receivers, NFL mock draft season is in full swing for fans and analysts across the league, and in almost every single one, the Steelers are taking a playmaker in round 1. Highly respected draft analysts like Mel Kiper Jr., Daniel Jeremiah, Bucky Brooks, and more are starting to put out their mocks, and adding to that list yesterday is another ESPN NFL draft analyst in Matt Miller. In Miller's first mock draft of the offseason, this one a 2-rounder, with the 21st overall pick, he has the black and gold selecting a Steelers Nation draft darling in wide receiver Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. Other wide receivers that have been projected to the Steelers before, like Matthew Golden from Texas and Luther Burden from Missouri, were selected earlier in this mock, and some interesting options like Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty and Mississippi defensive tackle Walter Nolan were selected shortly after. In the second round at pick 52, Miller has the Steelers picking another national champion and running back Quinshon Judkins, also from Ohio State. Right before Pittsburgh picked, Miller projected 2 potential Steelers targets in corner Siobhan Revell from East Carolina and running back Caleb Johnson from Iowa to be drafted, and immediately after the Steelers picked, 2 more were taken in defensive end Nick Scourton from Texas A&M and defensive tackle Deon Walker from Kentucky. Alright, I couldn't agree more with Miller's first round pick for the Steelers in Egbuka. He's a national champion from a high pedigree school that produces and has his head screwed on straight. However, as much as I am on board with the idea of adding as many Buckeyes as possible this offseason, the second round is just too early for me to consider taking Judkins. Instead of selecting Judkins, who I want to see fall to the third round, I would be sprinting to the podium to take Deon Walker. A 6'8", 350-pound defensive lineman would be a match made in heaven for the Steelers. Who knows, maybe I'll start doing some live streams again soon and get in on this mock draft action. A Pittsburgh Penguins forward finally gets what he deserves. It finally happened. The biggest wrong of the upcoming Four Nations face-off has officially been righted. Back in early December, the rosters for the 4 countries of Canada, Sweden, Finland, and the United States for this Olympic-style tournament were announced. Of course, when the rosters came out, there was bound to be a little bit of controversy on who was and wasn't chosen by each country, but one of the biggest snubs was Penguins forward Rickard Rakell not being chosen by Team Sweden. Rakell is in the middle of a career year with the Penguins, scoring 23 goals and 22 assists for 45 points in 53 games played so far. Him not making the initial Swedish roster is even more damning when players like Victor Arvidsson from the Edmonton Oilers and Gustav Nyquist from the Nashville Predators, 2 guys whose points combined this season don't even sniff Rakell's, made the team first. Last night, it was announced that Rakell is now a part of Team Sweden, replacing injured Vegas Golden Knights forward William Karlsson. Ricky Rack's addition now makes 3 Penguins players in the 4 Nations face-off, and as luck would have it, those 3 will be a part of the tournament's opening game when Captain Sidney Crosby and Team Canada take on Rakell, defenseman Erik Karlsson, and Team Sweden on February 12th. Congratulations, Rickard Rakell, on making Team Sweden. Now all we gotta do is get Brian Rust on Team USA. But before we look any further ahead here, the Penguins got work to do tonight as they host the tough New Jersey Devils at 7 p.m. For the Penguins, in net again will be Alex Nedeljkovic, opposite Jake Allen for the Devils. And finally, the Pittsburgh Pirates designate for assignment this 2023 trade acquisition. As the Pittsburgh Pirates' disappointing 2025 offseason is slowly reaching its end, we can now officially stick another feather in the cap of failed acquisitions by General Manager Ben Cherington. In June of 2023, the Pirates traded a decent right-hander relief pitcher in Robert Stevenson to the Tampa Bay Rays in exchange for shortstop prospect Alika Williams. Aside from a few sporadic call-ups each of the last 2 seasons, Williams never hung on to a roster spot at the major league level, hitting .202 in 83 games with no home runs, 11 RBIs, and a .529 OPS. Now, last night, the Pirates made official the signing of left-hander relief pitcher Tim Meiza, resulting in Williams getting designated for assignment. Williams may now have the opportunity to continue his baseball career elsewhere, but I will give him credit and say that I would love to have him and his defensive prowess back for the Bucks to have in their back pocket when needed. Now, the next time the Bucks DFA someone, it better be because we sign an actual player who will contribute like Alex Verdugo or Randall Grichuk. Ben, go make a real move, and Bob, sell the team. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up a Tuesday edition of the Steel City Sports Report. Again, please be sure to like, comment, and share this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow with some more Pittsburgh sports news.